All right, all right. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's 2 o'clock here, Eastern time, and I got another episode of Comic Collector Origins, episode number 13, which is crazy. I feel like these are really cranking now, really starting to get these out, and it's been a couple months now that I've been putting these out here. So thanks for everybody who's been watching. Thanks for all the guests that have been on the show, all the guests, future guests that are coming on soon. Appreciate all the support and really enjoying this. If you're new to this show, it's Comic Collector Origins is where I interview the community to get to know them a little bit more and ask questions about how they got started as a collector and how they got started as a reader, and kind of explore that route of what their origin comic book story is. So today's guest, I'm really excited to bring on my brother. Raging Cajun Comics is what he goes by over on Instagram, and he goes by the name JD. So I'm going to bring JD on right now. I'm really excited because I've known him for probably since before the pandemic for sure, because I know he was buying stuff. We were buying stuff from the same IG seller. So let me bring him on and we'll get into this. So JD, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
It's going great, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. So
Likewise.
as I was just saying, like I know I've certainly known you at least since the pandemic started because of Poison Dragon Comics live streams. I feel like is where we met, right?
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, so it's really cool to if hopefully um, he gets to see this later on and know that he brought two people together in the comic community thanks to his live stream. So but anyways, how's everything over there in California?
It's good, man. Hey, he brought two coasts together, right? We got the East Coast
Exactly.
and West Coast.
Heck
uh,
yeah.
Everything's good. Just doing what everyone else is doing, just staying home and try to stay safe. It's nice and gloomy today, so it's different from the 100 degrees that we've been having the last 2 weeks. So
100
it's good.
degrees.
Yeah,
Whoa. Wow.
yeah. It's been 100 almost every day, and it's finally ended breaking this week. So this week's
Yeah.
like 80. So it's good.
Okay.
How about
Wow.
you guys?
Damn. It's been a lot cooler than that. It's been nice. It's been like high 60, mid 60s or something like that. It's been cool. Like hoodie weather, like I love hoodie weather.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my weather too.
Yeah, yeah. So I can't complain. Everything's been good. Yeah, trying to stay safe, trying to minimize on going out as much as possible. But yeah, it's good to see. I see you posting stuff all the time, see you still getting your mail calls and things like that. So it's good to see that the pandemic hasn't stopped you from being the collector that you are and reader. So good stuff here. I want to jump into it. Before we do, just say a quick hello. I see Desired Comics is in the chat. So what's up, Desired Comics? Good to see you. And we also have Ingrid in the chat as well. Hello, hello. 100 degrees. Damn, New York. No, not that life right now. No, it's not. So thank you guys for hanging out, and I'm sure we'll get some more in. When we do, Raging, feel free at any given point to if you want to address anything with the chat or anything like that. I will take some breaks to jump over to the chat if they have questions or anything like that. But feel free to jump in if you see something that you want to answer or change direction to. We can always do that. So I see a couple more people coming in now. Oh, so this is TSM is Jan 7. Okay, Jan 7 Comics over at Instagram. I was wondering TSM because I've seen you before. I know you said this is a family member's YouTube channel of yours that you use. So good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging, and thanks for coming to the live stream earlier. I was over on Instagram Live. You guys might have seen it. Anyways, let's get into it because I'm here with Raging. So first and foremost, I know I've given you a couple questions, but let's start with your origin of really when was it that you first started getting into collecting comics or reading? I guess really the reading comes first for most people. But how old were you? Where were you in life? What was that like?
I was 9 back in 84.
Nice.
I had a trouble learning how to speak English because I started speaking Spanish when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I met my friend back in 84 at fifth grade. His name's Adalai. He was a Filipino, another Filipino
Nice. Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his dad gave him a long box. And he just was going, "Hey, you want to see my comics?" I'm all, "What's comic?" See, back then I didn't know what it was. So we went
Right.
into his room, he pulled it out, and he showed me Superman book 198, the first time Superman and Flash ran race
Oh
together.
yeah. 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 I know that cover. Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, "Here, read it." I go, okay. So that's how I learned how to check out comics. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Uh, I didn't know it was art. I was just thinking, oh, a drawing. That's cool. I
Right.
go, oh, people do this. People do this. And they're all, yeah. He's all, just read it. It's a good story. I'm all, okay. And that's how it helped me learn how to read.
Wow.
So I started reading comics, and he was just giving me books.
Yeah.
And I just started reading books and got more interested. And then me and him would just go to a comic shop near our house. Well, actually, it was 7-Eleven back then.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
and we would just buy them for 50 cents, 75 cents. I was like, oh, okay.
Right off the racks, right?
Yeah. They're all
Yep.
bent. You didn't know what they're doing back then. You just put them in your pocket and you just go home and read it.
Yep.
So unfortunately, I don't have those anymore because they were like ripped and trashed, unfortunately. But I did try to get some of my old books back, and they're in pristine condition as I got older. But
Nice.
that's how I did it. Then I started collecting more and more. When I turned 12, 14, around that age, I was anal about my books back then, and I just put them in regular boxes. I didn't know about comic boxes until later.
Right.
So that's basically how I did it. Is
Yeah.
just learning how to read. So I thank comics for that. Like big
That's
time.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. It's cool that you were able to get that dual productivity, I guess, out of it. One, to be able to transfer over to learning English better, and then two, to just be able to enjoy some really cool stories about some really cool superheroes. So
Heck yeah. That's how I got introduced to X-Men. That's why I got the connection with you, brother.
oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So technically it was the Superman versus Flash. It was DC that is what you were introduced to.
Yes.
Do you have more love for DC versus Marvel, or where do you kind of stand with that? Just curious.
I'm in between both because I love the X-Men.
Yeah.
That's my favorite all-time Marvel book. If
Yep.
I'm gonna collect something from Marvel, it's always Uncanny X-Men. Gambit's my favorite Marvel
Mhm.
character. I just
Yeah.
think he has a swag to him, and I just love him.
Yep.
And Wolverine, of course, everybody loves Wolverine. He's a badass. You
Heck
can't
yeah.
not
Can't go
love
wrong.
Wolverine. Yes. And
Right.
then
Right.
DC, I've always loved Dick Grayson.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When I started reading him, I read the Superman book, but I jumped straight to Batman after.
Mm.
His dad was a Batman fan, so I was reading Batman books.
Okay.
So I started with DC, and then I saw the amazing work through Marvel when I saw Jim Lee.
Oh
You
yeah.
saw, then you see Silvestri, all that stuff. When I
Mhm.
started growing up, I caught on to that. Larson, that's my year. Like
All the
that's what I,
90s.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
fell in love with. Uh,
Yeah.
even so, ooh, I'm torn. I can flip a coin and I could be happy.
All right, cool. So that's great. You're getting the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
and seems like you really like them both. So yeah, that can't go wrong there. So all right, so going back a little bit, so you were 9 years old. You're reading these books. Your brother's hooking you up. When what? So you said so between 12 and 14, you were starting to buy comics yourself.
Hmm.
That's what you're saying. So when was it that, or I should say, have you always been a collector ever since then? Were there times where you took breaks from buying comic books, especially newer comic books? Or have you always been doing it?
No, I stopped. I blame my friends. They should be watching. I don't know if they're watching it. Dopey's Comics and Valkyrie 34. I stopped
Okay.
for 10 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it was funny. They saw a Torpedo Comics site and they had the sale for slab books and autographs.
Mm,
I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know what a slab was.
right.
Uh, and then we went and I've been hooked. I've been buying slab books, getting all my books slabbed and autographed. And I just like
All
them for
downhill.
that in the good way.
Right. 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 Wait. So when was this? How long ago was this?
This is going on 3 years now.
3 years. Okay. It's
Yeah,
like
because I stopped.
2017.
Yeah, I stopped in 2000. I think 2002
Wow.
or 2001, around there. I stopped for like 10
Okay.
years
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, I'm done with comics. I got to put it away. I've been buying comics. I started going crazy like some people, and I started buying covers on both sides, and it turned out expensive.
Right.
I was dropping like $80 a week, and I was like, oh no, this is too much.
Yep.
So when you talk about them on your show, and I'm like, dude, I know we're exactly where you're at. So
Yeah, man. It adds
I
up
had to
quick.
kind of like smoking. I had to go cold turkey. I stopped.
Mm, okay.
You
Yeah.
see in the background all the collectibles I have for me and my wife.
Yeah.
And kind of is an addiction.
Yeah.
So I cut all this stuff off. This is what I've had for like the last 20 years. So I don't
Mm.
collect any more of this stuff and just
Wow.
comics, but only
Right.
my 5 titles. I had to cut myself down to 5 titles and that's it. It's
Nice.
crazy.
Yeah, you do what you got to do, man. They do add up. They add up quick otherwise.
Yeah.
Here's Dopey Stuff's here in the chat.
Yeah.
And by the way, I Ingrid, I should have recognized you from before. I'm glad that you clarified One Dope. This is One Dope from our chats with Poison over on IG as well. So good to see you, One Dope. Always
Hi, One Dope.
good. And then we have Justin here, Theology, who was just over my Instagram live stream. A Daredevil fan for sure. That guy right there. So good to see you, Justin. Thanks for hanging. And then also Southern Comic Geeks just swung by as well. So what's up, Soko? Always good to see you, brother. So very cool, very, very interesting to know that that's kind of been I mean, from what I've learned and from what I've heard, just from these conversations that I've had with people in the community, you're not alone there. A lot of people have taken these breaks. A lot of people have gone into other hobbies or other types of collections or things like that, or just needed a break, just because of either life or, things come up. So I totally get the 10-year thing. It's cool that you just got back, it sounds like end of 2017 or whatever, because I pretty much got into it 2018. So I'm like, right around, and everyone I've interviewed here so far, the 12 others that I've talked to other than yourself, almost everybody has had that similar time span of when they got back into it. So somehow, some way, it seems like that 2017, 2018, 2019 time period, the old comic fans or people who love the characters, they slowly got back into the comic book hobby, fairly recently, which is cool. So, I think it's cool. We're all kind of coming together. I think Instagram has a lot to do with that, right? I mean,
I agree.
I was going to ask too, how long have you been on Instagram as a comic book account, or have you had that account for a long time, or what?
Actually, no, I just started I have two. I have one, my personal one, which I had for maybe 2 years.
Okay.
And then this one, my showing off my collection. I don't really sell, but I don't mind trading with the community if they seem, cool people like you. I would love to trade with you anytime, like Poison anytime. I would do it. One Dope, of course. Love her mask. Dude, that mask is amazing.
I got one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Hell
dude, I love wearing it at work. So shout out to one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's an amazing mask. I'm gonna have to order another one.
Yeah.
Back to the track. Sorry. Yeah, it may be a year.
Okay.
So you've had that. A year. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. And yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, thinking about that's how I met you was through this Raging Cajun, account that you created. And before, when I got onto it, I had no idea about the community. And I've talked about this before. Did not know that there was a comic book community out there, especially on Instagram or YouTube, where there's this collection of people who all love and have the same passion for these books. So for me, it was like opening this door to this amazing virtual room of people who love what I love. So that's what's been so cool. And obviously we've met now through this, look where we are now, just, having a conversation, it's been less than a year since I've known you. But I feel like I know you so well, which is so cool,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
you have somebody here in California now, besides your other brothers, that you can come and hang out with and just do something. So if I want to go back to New York, I know who to call. I got you, Poison, over there. I feel
100%
even more safe that I could, really see the city now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what I love Instagram for that.
Big time. And once they open things up again, and once we get things back to normal where we have Comic Cons and things like that, I'm excited for that, because I know, when things are back to a safe, normal environment, I can't wait to see everybody. And it'll be that type of way where you can go. And even though I never met you in person, I'm going to see you and act as if I've known you for a very long time, because I feel like I have, and I've gotten to know you over these past couple of months. So it's really cool that that the community can bring people together like this. And I see some people chiming in here. Let me scroll back up here. Soko, Rage, and I assume you're in Louisiana. No, you are over in California.
No, I'm in California, guys. Raging Cajun is my shout out to Gambit because I'm a big Gambit fan.
There you go.
Everybody says that. I love Louisiana. Been there, visited. Food is amazing, but I use that for my Gambit love.
That's cool. I'm glad you clarified that. Yeah, because I didn't get the connection at first. Justin says thanks for sharing the story. Desired is jumping in saying, I noticed that as well. 2017 is when many comic folks return to collecting. Yeah, I don't know if it's the artwork, the stories, I don't know. Yeah, you know what it was that kind of makes sense is it was around the Marvel movies. I'm sure it played a big role for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I could see that was, coming up towards the end of the saga of the Marvel movies, 2017-ish, 2018. I could definitely see that being one of the reasons. I know for me, certainly that's one thing that kept me interested for a really long time.
Definitely.
So, really cool, guys. Thanks for all hanging out. IG definitely has ignited a comic book renaissance. Totally agree there. Justin says loves the community. Jan says nice story, Raging. Hashtag IG comic book family. That's a big hashtag. So really cool that I'm glad that we've crossed paths and are doing this now. So let's I want to ask, we talked a little bit about your origin, how you got started. Do you have any past experiences, or can you recall your first past experience of when you went to a Comic-Con of some sort, something bigger, something with more people or artists involved, whether that was recent or a long time ago? What was your first time?
My first time was with Valkyrie 34, my buddy for the last 18 years. We used to go to San Diego Comic-Con back in the day. Wow. When you can walk to the booth and buy a ticket the same day.
Oh man.
Yeah, this was back in the day, and that's the first time I actually went to a big Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Me and him just got in a car, went to San Diego, which is like about a 2-hour drive, and then he's all, let's go to Comic-Con. I'm like, you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm all, let's go. Jam down there, and I meet Todd McFarlane. Back then, they just had a table there, a couple of comic booths, and you can meet the artists, and you didn't have to sign up, win a raffle ticket, and that's when the true love of comics came out of me, because that guy was so awesome.
Oh wow.
He's just like the way you see him on TV. He's not he doesn't put up a show. He's just a legit man. He signed my comic and he was like, hey, I'm glad you buy my stuff. And he's like, what are you here for? I'm all here for the comics. Back then there wasn't all this Warner Brothers, Marvel Studios, all
right,
that.
The TV and the movies,
none of that existed.
The actors,
one small room. That's when I first did it. I think that was back in 99.
Okay,
I'm way older than you, so man, that's thinking back. Yeah, giving up my age, but yeah. I think it was 99, around there, that we just walked right up there, and the tickets were like $15.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I did a Comic-Con, and I actually have a book I was going to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 99. This is one of the first books I ever got.
Oh man, love that. Gambit 9.8. Woo.
This is first appearance of Cable.
I'm sorry, Cable. Sorry. I was just reading Soko's thing here. Cable. Wow, man, that's and you got it signed. That's awesome.
I got it signed by Todd. Just recently, but I've had this for 20 years.
Wow.
And finally got it graded. I actually got a 9.8. I was shocked.
Yeah, you took care of it. I see. That's great.
Yeah. I started getting, all anal about my books, make sure I put them in the bag and boards and put them away.
Smart.
But speaking of Gambit, that's what my call sign is made for. It's a 9.8.
Very nice. Wow.
My buddy.
I love that cover.
Yeah, this is awesome. Iconic cover.
Yeah.
I have like 4 copies of these.
Wow.
I try to get as many Gambits as possible. It was just
it's a good. It's smart. It's a good book to collect. If you can get them,
I guess you could say I'm a hoarder of your favorite character.
Yeah. I wanted to put this up. This is why I said Gambit before when you were showing the Cable book. I was reading Soko asked if you're a Gambit fan, what is his first appearance? Because I know there's been a lot of speculation on the official first appearance or how you define first
It's his
appearance.
annual. It's the
It's his
first time
annual.
you see him.
Yeah, yeah,
If you're gonna go that, like Wolverine 180 is his first appearance for Wolverine.
right, right,
Everybody says it's his first full appearance is 181,
right.
but it's the first time you see him. Back in the days, is comics would intro him at the end into the next story, kind of like a new episode coming out. Hey, next week we have this coming
Yeah,
up. The old
right.
cartoon ways.
Yep.
That's what comics did. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
So his first appearance is the annual.
Nice. There you go, Soko. You heard it here first from Ragin. I know that topic can be, I'm sure, talked about for a long time between collectors. And yeah, I know it can be a sensitive topic to some. It's funny, but yeah, his Gambit especially because I know. So I have that book too. I actually recently bought it in a 9.6. Yeah, I was lucky to get that. It was Elite Comics had that up for under fair market value price. So it was a good deal.
Nice
But yeah, I think
pickup.
it's a great thanks. Yeah, I think it's a great book for any collection. Let's see what Soko says. I traded a glow in the dark Green Lantern 50 to get an Uncanny X-Men 266. That dude thought he got one over on me. Green Lantern 50. And then he said, Amen, Raging. There you go. He's approved. More people are starting to pick up on the annual these days. Yeah, and the annual's starting to go up in price. I've noticed for sure.
Yeah, I think I have 10.
Oh my gosh, you
Back
probably got
then-
them for good price too.
Oh yeah, I got them for $2.
Yeah,
back
that's
then.
incredible. Yeah, they're
It's
like
one of
$40,
those-
$50 now.
Yeah, the
crazy.
CLZ app is what saved me from buying multiple copies now.
Yeah, I hear that's great.
I love using that.
Mm.
That because when I take off, I'm 46 now. I do tend to forget what I have. I have 12 or 13 long boxes. I can't remember every book I have now.
Right.
So
yep. No, it's
I
smart.
use
It's smart to use. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people bring that up using that app. I need to use it, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. But something on my list, I guess. So what about Oh yeah, I always like to ask this question about your goals. You know, you have a lot of different books. I see you post a lot of different things. You're buying, you're trading. What's the big picture for you as to why you're collecting? Like, you know, when you see yourself another 20, 30 years down the road, where do you see your books going? Are you selling? I know you said you don't really sell right now. Do you plan on, selling them down the road? Are you passing them down to family members? Are you taking them to the grave with you? What is kind of the bigger picture goal for your books that you have?
the Gambit's going to the grave with me.
Yeah. Nice.
That's kidding. I'm going to pass it to my godsons, if anything. So they have something they can use if they need it to buy, pay for school, buy a house, whatever. I'm going to hand it to them. This is my childhood. This is my love. I do want to do what you're doing and my buddy Valkyrie 34 is finish my X-Men run.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of going full circle and going to finish the 1 through, I'm going up to 300.
Nice.
So I already killed the 300s, 200s, working on 100s. I have a couple of issues, but I just want to get the hard ones would be the top 15.
Yeah.
So
big time.
that's my goal right now. I have put that in. A side note is getting 74 books since I was born in 74.
Yeah.
I'm busting out some 74s because I do have the first Punisher, Amazing Spider-Man 129. I do have the Wolverine, the Incredible Hulk 180. Happy to have it here for you.
Yeah, damn. I want to get that book, man. That's on my list.
Where'd I put it? Oh, I think I left it on the other room. But I do have that.
Damn, yeah.
So
that's cool.
I've been collecting the 74 books right now. I have a couple Batman books in 74. So that's my thing right now. All the new books is just a read.
Right. So that's good. So and I wanted to ask if you're reading newer books or what, you have a bunch of modern books you're collecting as well.
Yeah, just like you, Boom is an amazing company right now. Something Killing the People is one of the books I have. I like reading where you read trade paperbacks. I read the first 10 issues. So I go up to 10, then I'll read it all.
Okay.
I dabbled on one because it's got like a pricey book now. It's like $100 book. I'm surprised like everybody's selling it so high.
Yeah.
So I read that. Great book.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that one. That's one of my favorite Boom books right now. So I'm reading that. Again, my place, my comic shop in Whittier, California, Undercity Comics. So shout out to them. Love them. They give you any book you need at cover price. So variants, anything, they don't jack up the prices. That's my shout out to my
Nice.
LCS, man.
Nice.
But that's the one I read is Something Killing the People right now.
Yeah, that's a big book.
Really
I hear. Yeah. I hear that. I have not actually dabbled in it yet, but I'm going to. And I think a part of it is for me too. Like you're saying, I kind of want to see some of the issues come out first, so I can just buy them at once. And I'm probably gonna buy the digital. I'm probably gonna buy like the digital trade, and read it that way. If I love it, I'll probably want to try to buy issue number 1. Maybe get that, in like a 9-8 down the road or something like that. But that's usually kind of how, that's how I've been doing it is waiting, letting some of the story come out. Same with like Thor, Donny Cates Thor and things like that. I had to wait a little bit before I just jumped into it. I feel like I forget otherwise. You read issue number 1, then you got to wait a month, and then you got to like remember what issue 1 was about, so.
That's true. That's why I like reading it straight. It feels better. Kind of like binge watching TV shows. I like doing that.
Exactly. It's crazy that like to think that it used to be like TV shows used to be. I mean, I know there's still some do this, but where they come out weekly, the new shows are weekly. Whereas Netflix now, and some others just throw out the whole TV show and let you binge watch, whenever you want, wherever you want. And now I've gotten used to that, to where now that's the only way I want to, take in whatever it is that I'm watching or reading. So
I thank my wife for that. She got me doing that now.
yeah, it's kind of it's just kind of the way to go about it. I remember when I don't know if you ever watched the TV show Lost, or if you were a fan of Lost.
I watched a couple episodes.
Did you? Okay, yeah.
The end.
So I waited till that was done, like till that came out, and I didn't really know what all the hype was about, but I heard it was cool, and then I just went and bought the collection, and then I literally knocked it out within like a couple of weeks worth of just reading. And I'm like, how could people wait a month after a month and then a year after a year for the next season? Like it just seemed like, it's such torturous, stuff. Anyways, but that's cool. I'm glad to hear about that. I wanted to ask, what about your, lose my place here for a sec. Oh yeah. So you showed a couple books, but is there any other books that you want to show that that means something to you, or has a special sentiment to you that you want to show off?
Well, one is kind of a shout out to my one of my great friends is the one that got this crazy slab, crazy thing going. I bought this, and then we went to Torpedo in Las Vegas before they opened one in OC. And this is what the craziness of up to, I think, 60 slabs I have now.
Whoa.
Getting autographs, meeting the artists. So it's awesome. This is the first one that I actually did at Torpedo Comics 2 years ago now, I think, going on 3. It's Miss Marvel.
Oh, wow.
Signed by your boy, Chris Claremont.
Nice.
The first appearance of Mystique.
Woo. Love it.
Sorry. Let me get it corrected. The first full appearance. This is what started the craziness on that. So this means a lot to me because it was given to me by an elderly lady who her husband passed away. And she didn't want to get ripped off. So I explained to her how much the book was worth. And she gave me a great deal on it. And she said, I helped her sell some of her collection at fair value to everybody who she put it on eBay. So this means a lot because it was handed down to a guy who was a collector, an actual collector, a true collector, kind of like yourself and everybody in this community. So I cherish this book. I'll never sell this book.
Right. That's amazing.
So, this is one of those collections one of the books in my collection that I love dearly.
That is powerful, man. Powerful. It's cool that you could help her too.
Yeah, she was a super sweet lady, and you always help the elderly. So
of course,
always
absolutely
full circle. That's how I put it as. But that's the only book that really means anything to me besides my Gambit and all the other books.
I love that.
That's the one I wanted to show off to you.
Cool, man. I love that, man. That's great. That's a great story. It's a beautiful 9.4. I'm a big
Yes.
fan of grades that are 9.4. That is near mint. So that's spot on. And of course, yeah, Mystique can't go wrong there. It's a big Claremont book. Did you get to meet him? Is that
Yeah.
okay? So you went through that whole. Oh, okay. That's where you went and you saw
That's the
him.
first time I met him, and
Okay.
for an autograph. I met him at cons, but there he actually talked to us. Oh, great man,
Yeah.
really cool. And then I was fortunate to meet him in the OC one, where he was joking around, and
Mm.
uh, I had him sign one of my Captain America shields. So I'm getting all the artists to sign who worked for Marvel.
Oh, that's
So
so
I had him
cool.
auto. Yeah, so I had him sign it. So I had him taking pictures with it. He was joking around, and
Yeah.
he's just dropping knowledge on stuff, which I think he's gonna probably do a book soon with Marvel again,
Hmm.
and it's covering
Okay.
the X-Men. He was dropping hints on that, so I don't
Oh
know if
wow.
it was part of that. So I
Mm.
can't say anything because you say, "Hey, this is hush hush for
Right. Right.
just the
Right.
people here."
Of course. Of
So
course.
if once
That'd
he
be cool.
drops it, I'll tell you, and I will. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
everything he
Yeah.
said.
That is dope, man. I hope to see that something then that he does something because, yeah, I hear he's a great guy. I hear he talks a lot. I hear, he likes to share stories and which is great. I prefer that than to some who are just short and don't talk to you and
Yes,
having those moments with a guy like that and being able to hear stories really can leave you with that experience that you're never going to forget. So it's really cool. And then on top of that, knowing that that book has other extra sentimental value to you. On top of that, that's a powerful connection that you have to a book like that. So really cool. I'm really jealous because I'd love to meet Chris Claremont at some point. Still have not done that yet. But I'm sure once we get things going, yeah,
yeah.
back to normal. Hopefully, I know he's a very active guy. So and I see him on Instagram a lot. He actually talks a lot on like Instagram and things like that. So I like when the artists are kind of active with that stuff. Soko says there's a big X-Men Chris Claremont book coming out. There is. Okay, so yeah, that's must be kind of what you're referencing. Is your friend here saying you're welcome for the book? um, so very cool. So let's talk a little bit about. I always like to break down, the idea that we were just talking people getting into this comic book collecting hobby, new people that are returning from years ago. But I think that it's important for the community to kind of help one another, especially those that are new to collecting or just getting into the hobby for the first time. And so, what I want to ask you is, and I ask this to everybody, do you have any general or specific advice that you would give to someone brand new or just considering getting into the hobby of collecting and reading comic books? Is there any one thing that you would like to or that you would give them? Whether it's broad or specific.
It's what all your previous ones say. Stick to what you like,
Yeah,
nothing else. If you
yeah,
get caught up on the hype and trying to buy everything, you're gonna go broke.
it's true.
So if you're an X-Men fan, the movies got you interested, stick to one title and then dabble into a second if you want to. Sometimes just like the current X-Men storyline, there's how many books? 30 or 20 something?
Yeah, for the current stuff, yeah,
Uh,
it's
I'm
crazy.
avoiding that. I'm avoiding it. I only buy X-Men. That's it. I
Right.
can't I can't go crazy on the other ones.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of probably going into the Marauders. I heard that was good.
it's very good. Yeah,
Yeah, so I might pick that up, but stick to one thing and then take baby steps to something else. But see what you like and stick to it. That's the big thing I can tell you.
I love that. Yeah, man, you can't. Yeah, and you're right. People have mentioned it. It's something that I can't stress enough. That
Mhm.
it's easier said. And actually, I see Hood Rats in the chat, and I know him and his crew. They always talk about on their YouTube channel is that very thing to just buy what you like.
Yeah, because of you, I'm actually following him now. Real cool guy.
Oh, you are. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's great. Yeah, Ian's great. Yeah, you saw he was from
Yeah,
last week. Yeah, they have a great show on YouTube, and but just going to what you're saying, yeah, 100%. Stick to what you like. Desired Comics, totally spot on with that. Justin said just started picking up Marauders, and it is excellent. Yeah, man, it really
all
is.
right.
It really is good. So and that's I wanted to. So I know we talked a little bit about some of the stuff that that you mentioned you're reading with Something is Killing the Children. I did want to ask, was there any other books that are kind of on your pull list right now, and maybe more specifically Marvel related or X-Men related that you're reading? Some current stuff.
I'm actually after this show, I'm gonna start reading Daredevil.
Ooh, nice.
So
Oh, issue number one.
issue number one.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
waited.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you're just getting
I
into it. That's amazing.
I went comic hunting and I found an issue 1 through 5 for cover price at a shop, and I was
Nice.
like, "What the heck?" Let me just start collecting it, and
It's
my local comic shop had all the other issues, so I picked them up.
Wow, for cover price is great, especially though like
Yeah.
those first two. Some people might consider those first two kind of minor keys. So I do see like issue 1 and issue 2 going for a little more money nowadays. Not a lot, but a little more. So it's nice if you got them for cover price or less. It's a great deal, and I'm excited for you, man. You gotta keep me fill me
For
in
sure.
along the way. Yeah. So
You
we
showing
can
off those
talk about it.
covers made me want to get into Daredevil again.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah,
blame you. I
Daredevil's my
blame you.
boy. Yes. It's so funny because I think it was Ian last week that was talking about, he blames all these different people because it's their fault for getting them into this and getting them into that and buying all these things. It's like you have them to thank, but you also have them to blame at the same time.
Yeah.
We're getting into all these great stories. Jan7 also mentions he says the Wolverine. Yeah, the new Wolverine stuff's really good too. But again, I actually just started reading some of the Wolverine stuff. Justin,
the Alex Ross cover.
For the Wolverine. Yeah, me too, man. Oh, it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. And it's like, oof, I mean, so a lot of the other LCSs that I've reached out to, they were sold out of it. So luckily enough, I was able to get it from the one Royal Collectibles that I was just showing off. But yeah, it's a beautiful, that Alex Ross, all the timeless ones are great. Justin here saying
DM me anytime you want, dude, or text. I'll give you my phone number later. Text me. I'll got you covered.
Yo, true. I'll do that. I will do that for sure. That I'm going to take you up on that because sometimes it's hard to find some of these and they go quick. Justin saying Daredevil's his favorite fictional character. Yeah, man, he's definitely up there as one of my top guys for sure. I'm excited for you, Rajan, to see you dive into Daredevil. Let me know what you think after you get to like issue 5 or 6, and then we'll follow up again when you're on issue 11, 12. So that's cool. Yeah. So, and you're reading current X-Men, you saying?
I did a House of X. I finished that, and I have issues 1 through 12. So I'm gonna start reading that. I always like waiting for 10 issues.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So right now I have 1 through 12. I'm gonna start reading it, and actually this weekend, my wife's doing something. That's why I was able to do this. So I'm free to read books. So after this, I'm just gonna geek out on 20 books today.
Nice.
So start on Daredevil and go into some X-Men and read up and catch up and see what's it all about.
Nice. I love that. Since you're just getting into X-Men, I would throw the idea out there if it's possible, if you can get your hands on a copy or if you can download it, as you're reading X-Men, in order, just the X-Men titles, I would consider checking out. I think it's X-Force 1 and 2, issues 1 and 2. Most of the X titles you can kind of go off and just read those separately whenever you want. But the first like 2 of every issue, of all the initial 6 titles, they all kind of tie in. I'm not saying you need to get all of them. I would if you can, because there's some big things that happen in X-Force. I think it's issue 1 or issue 2. But it ties into everything else that you're going to be reading with X-Men, and they're going to reference it, and it kind of plays a large role. So if you get a chance, if you download it or however you can get your hands on it, tie that into your order of reading issue 1 and 2 before you get on to issue 3 or whatever. But anyways, sidetrack to X-Men talk. Dude, we can talk. Yeah, we can talk X-Men all day.
All day, dude. All day.
So all right, so very cool, man. I'm excited for you to get into that too. Then you got to let me know as you read along what you think of those reads. So let's get a little bit into I think we covered the main questions I want to go through with. I always like this part where I'm just going to ask you a couple rapid questions, right? As I was sharing with you before the show, my girlfriend saying that they're not rapid at all. You let people explain too much, and they're not rapid. But yeah, so I really shouldn't call them rapid. But feel free to answer these however you want and explain however you want. But so we already talked a little bit about. So it's fair to say Gambit is your favorite, 100% favorite character. That's your end all be all. Okay, so we'll cross that question off. What about favorite villain? Do you have a favorite villain character?
Ooh.
And that could be from anything, whether DC, Marvel, anything.
Favorite villain? That's a good question. I'll just go quick. Magneto.
Okay. Hey, yeah, you can't go wrong with that, man. And he's all right nowadays. He's all right.
Yeah. I heard.
Yeah, I heard. What about all right, I love this question. If you could have one superpower, any choice of yours, what would that superpower be?
Flight.
Oh yeah? Why flight?
So I can go anywhere I want. If there's a Comic-Con in New York, I can fly down there.
Nice and easy. You see, you don't have to wait in any airports or anything like that.
Nope. I just fly down there.
It's smart. I like it. All right. What about we talked about some writers that you've met before, some creators, some artists. Is there one specific artist or writer that if you had been able to have dinner with, let's say, and just spend time, whether they're still with us today or not, who would that one creator be if you had the opportunity to have dinner or sit down, hang out with them for
Jack
a
the
while?
King Kirby.
Kirby, nice. Can't go wrong with that answer, man. I would love that. Pick his brain.
Pick his brain. He's the man that brought it all. One of the greatest characters brought to life all of them, I could say, mostly all of them. That's one person I would love to meet if I had a chance to. Yeah, totally. Him.
I think I'm with you there, man. He's really set the bar, and he's really kicked things off in a way that without him, I mean, so many people get their inspiration from. So it's he's touched a lot of people for sure.
Heck yeah, that's the man.
So I love that. What about we were talking a little bit about movies. Do you have a favorite either superhero movie or superhero TV shows? Anything, I shouldn't even say superhero, just anything based off of comic related film or TV show. Anything of your favorite?
Favorite movie, my favorite comic movie is still The Dark Knight Returns.
Okay, yep. I was just gonna wait, Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Rises?
Returns. Is it Returns? Yeah, it's Returns. The Joker one.
Heath Ledger?
Yes, Heath Ledger.
Is it at those Rises? No?
Batman Begins. Is it Rises? No, it's Return. Isn't
now I'm getting Jedi mixed up. Now.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. The
No, but that's
one. I'm mixed up now.
That's okay. As you were saying that, I was thinking that because that's got to be one of my favorites too of all times that tie into comics. It was done so well. So that's a great choice. Are you excited for the new Batman stuff? Have you seen any of the new stuff?
I saw the trailer. I'm getting into it. So I'm hoping DC can go up there like Marvel because I love both companies. Yeah, and so I'm just excited, dude. Super excited for that.
I hope it's done right. I hope it's tough, and it's tough to go after ones such as the ones that have just passed. It is tough to redo Batman again and again and again, and how to make it creative and not be the same old thing, but also kind of tie into comics and all this stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what direction that they go in with that. But very cool. I love that answer. Let's switch gears a little bit. And not talk about comics, but this is all non-comic related stuff. What about what kind of music are you listening to nowadays? What kind of artists and do you play any music of any sort?
I do not play music, but love listening to all types of music. Still listening to some Pearl Jam.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man, I love Pearl Jam. My girlfriend loves Pearl Jam, man. Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
This is I think it's on this side, but that's one of your foes. I don't know if it's on that side or this side.
No, it's the other side. Yeah, I saw them Red Sox.
I saw them in Boston. I saw them in New York.
Wow.
So me and my buddy, again, Valkyrie 34, we've been traveling the States to go see them. So I listen to Pearl Jam, listen to hard rock, old school hip hop. So only kind of hip hop I listen to.
All right. Yep. I'm with you there.
I'm a big, yeah, a big old, old school Smashing Pumpkins. Watch Coldplay with my wife, so I'll go check them out all the time. I listen to
Nice.
everything. I
Yeah, it's
dabble
great.
everywhere.
Dude, that's the best way to go about it, man. It's just like
Yeah,
comics. I kind of do the same thing with comics. I kind of dabble in a lot of different things. There's
yeah.
just so many good things out there. You don't want to limit yourself. So, but Pearl Jam, man, love Pearl Jam. I don't know if my girlfriend's watching right now or not, but I don't think she is. But she's a diehard Pearl Jam fan. She got me even
Oh,
more so
nice.
into it than I used to be. Yeah, yeah. So that's cool. I like that. I like that.
I'm gonna move
What
you
about?
aside and talk to her.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna switch. We're gonna have a new host, and she'll come talk to you about more. Um, what about? All right, I always like to ask on a Friday night, if you had the choice of whatever you wanted for dinner, you and your family, any type of meal, whether you're ordering it out or making it yourself, what is that go-to must-have meal for a Friday night meal?
Uh, it's gonna be pizza.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead, say it, say it. It's
Yeah,
okay to say it.
but California is different from New York.
That's
But
true. That's
California
true.
pizza. Yeah,
Okay, I love it, man. I'm all about the pizza. I'll eat any pizza anytime, day or night, any from
you've been
anywhere.
going crazy on your gram though. I like what you put every day. Dude, your meals are looking pretty darn
Uh,
yummy.
I try to have fun with it. Hey, look, I'm like, it's in front of me. It looks really nice. Before I go destroy it, I might as well share an image with the comic book family. So I take a
But
picture. But yeah,
second is tacos. I am Hispanic,
perfect.
so
That's
there's
amazing.
a
Yeah,
great place down the street called I'll Take You There for homemade tacos.
yeah.
Dude, their
Oh,
salsa's bomb, dude. I have to
really?
take you
All right.
there. Yeah.
All right. No, I'm writing it down. Let's write that down. We'll schedule it
We
once
got
I get over there.
frankincense and tacos.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got a lot to do, man. That's great. That's great. Yeah, I actually was used to not be a fan of tacos up until a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, and now my girlfriend like got me more into it. So it's been
I'm liking her more and more. Liking her
now I
more and
love,
more.
yeah, right. Now I'm all over it. So oh, here's one dope saying, hell yeah, you eat some gorgeous looking ass pizza. It's hysterical. Chicago style pizza for the win, Justin says. See, I haven't had Chicago
I
style. I've
have.
heard. You have?
I travel the world just to go eat food.
Oh man, that's the life right there. I've heard some amazing things. I talked to Kavi, Comic Books NYC, and he was over in Chicago like right before the pandemic, probably like December or something like that. And he was out. Oh, I think he was out there for, actually, was it C2E2? Maybe it was for that.
Mhm.
And yeah, that makes sense. So I guess it was like right before the pandemic. But I remember talking to him about Chicago pizza, and I've always
Yeah,
heard
it's
so
good.
many great things about it. Yeah, he's just like, now he's a diehard New Yorker. So for him, like,
Oh, wow.
he is all about the New York pizza, and he's had a lot of different types of pizza from what he shared with me anyways. And but he said that there was a couple places he found that he tried out, he said he really liked. So but yeah, that's on my list, having some Chicago style pizza for sure.
Like New
uh
York pizza, I love squares. California is more puffy and
mhm.
toppings,
Yeah, yeah.
where you guys are more thin pizza, but you guys have squares. Your squares are amazing.
So yeah, I was gonna say the squares, that's more New York City style.
Oh, okay.
But
Because
being right outside, see, I'm like 15 minutes or 15 miles from the city, but I'm in New Jersey. I'm like right over over the water for
okay,
in New Jersey. So, you know, it takes me like 20 minutes, without terrible traffic to be able to drive into the city, or 30 minutes. But yeah, so I don't always get that style. And but the New Jersey style pizza, a lot of it does copy a lot of New York stuff. So I mean, you basically can find very similar stuff around here. But even just regular slices, I mean, you've seen
yeah.
my pepperoni is my go-to kind of style. One dope says Sicilian pizzas, yep, those are always great. And what was the other one? Justin said, let's all meet up at C2E2 and get some Chicago style. Dude, that would be awesome.
I'm down. I'm down.
Hell yeah, man. Can't wait for this pandemic to be over, man. Because that is one thing for sure on my list, is to go to that show. And then also to have a Chicago style pizza. That's to add on to
Hey, if
it.
this world gets back to normal, New York Comic Con next year, and my buddy goes every year.
Oh
This is
yeah.
the first time. Yeah, he missed it for the first time.
Oh man.
I'll go just to meet you guys and
Dude, do it.
C2E2. I'm down. I'm
Hell yeah,
down.
man. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a big show. Obviously, one of the big shows. Also another really good show is the Baltimore Comic Con. If you
Oh
ever,
yeah.
if you are, if you ever come back to, over to the East Coast, down a little south, that's where my dad lives, and as an artist, he does a lot with the Baltimore Comic Con stuff. But so I try to go to that show every year. Obviously, this is the first year that I will miss this one for a while, but I know a lot of the community goes to that one too. So yeah, just to meet people,
Shout out to your
100%.
dad, dude. That painting you got from him, amazing.
Oh, did you see that? The
That
Daredevil?
was
Oh my
sick.
god.
Sick.
It was insane,
Hey,
man.
tell your dad, open
Thanks,
donations. You know,
man.
I'm buying original art. I'll buy one, dude. That was amazing.
Oh, thanks, man.
Amazing.
I'll let him know, man. I'll let him know.
Yeah, dude, that was amazing.
I was
Jealous.
I was shocked, man. I didn't know I didn't. Yeah, it was killer. I thought it's up here right now. I got to get a frame for it. I gotta hang that thing. Um, and let's see. We had Desire Comics says honorable Chicago pizza mention. Oh, Lou Malnati, Chicago pizza, Gino's, Giordani's, but Pequod's is my fave. So I've heard of Lou Malnati. I know that one. But yeah, the other was, I mean, I'm gonna have to go back in the chat and write these down later because these are good to know. Thank you, Desired. And Hood Rat. You'll need to have Zach's Pizza in Oakland, Chicago style. Telling y'all, Bay Cats, no. Man, okay. Zach's Pizza doesn't sound fancy, but if you say so,
It's
maybe
all
we'll.
about the taste, man. All
Yeah,
about the
it's true.
taste.
True. Can't judge it by its cover. So, all right. So, another question. I don't know if we've ever talked sports before, but are you into sports? Are you a big guy into sports at all?
Yes.
Okay. Who's your team?
Big LA Kings fan.
Oh, right. That's right. It's in your picture. I meant to bring that up.
Yeah.
So you're a big hockey fan. That's cool.
Yeah. Used to have season tickets. I had
Oh,
it
nice.
during when they won the titles.
Very
Still a
nice.
hockey fan. Big Laker fan.
Ooh,
Baseball,
that's
I'm not a
big.
follower, but I like going to games
Mhm.
at other cities just to see the historic stadiums.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
But hockey and basketball are my number ones, and I'm a Dolphins fan, Miami Dolphins fan.
Whoa. Okay. All right. It's had some
So
rough years, but they all do.
decades.
Nice, dude. Nice. I like it. Yeah. So yeah, I like going to a hockey game if I ever get a chance, whenever I get a chance to. However, I don't really follow too much of it. And I think it's just more because I'm into football and
Yeah.
just football mainly, so much more in baseball. Now I've been dabbling in. I was very sad about the other night, Yankees losing their way to the championship. They just got knocked out. So that was kind of heartbreaking. But yeah, I mean that's I was gonna say, so LA Kings, I saw that. I was in that air when I went somewhere. I remember there was a game one night and I was out in LA, and I just remember seeing the lines of LA King fans going to the stadium, going into the place when there was a game or something like that. And I just remember the jersey. I love the jerseys because I love the color of the jerseys and everything. So I just something that stood out to me, and it was just swamped everywhere with fans. They were all, I think, just going into a game or whatever. But yeah, man, good stuff. Are you currently watching the NBA finals then? I assume
Yes, a
you're
little
following along.
heartbreaking yesterday.
Yeah, I hear. I didn't see, I saw some of the replays, but I didn't get to watch the game itself.
I don't know how.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, I think we'll still win, but
Yeah,
I
I think
was
you'll be
kind of
all right.
nervous about yesterday's game, and it came true.
Yeah. I think you guys close it out tomorrow. I think that'll be the end of that. I'm a big LeBron fan, so I don't necessarily choose teams. I'll try to root for the Knicks when they're good, but
Just like the Dolphins, it's in both.
yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I really enjoy watching LeBron. I love watching what he does, and just as a player, just as an athlete, so it's incredible what he can do. So very entertaining. Hopefully, I'll try to catch some of that Sunday game, although I'll be all over football too. So we'll see how that goes. But cool, man. I love these questions. I love asking just to get a little glimpse into your world other than comic books and seeing where you're coming from. So, JD, thank you. Thank you so much, man. I want to thank you for being on the show. Before I wrap things up and any last minute thoughts, I will ask, do you, or let us know, let the viewers know where they can find you online, and if you have any upcoming shows or upcoming I know you've dabbled a little bit in live stream stuff, wondering if you're doing a little bit more of that down the road, or tell us a little bit about what you have going on if there's anything.
Well, first, thank you. Love your show.
Thanks, man.
You've been getting better and better every time, so I'm appreciating what you show.
Oh
It's
man,
pretty
thank you.
sweet. You are inspiring me to try to do a YouTube channel, and I'm
Nice.
pushing for January. I'm not a big electronics fan, so I'm gonna try to get to editing and everything before I try to do
Okay.
this.
Yep.
But it's Instagram, Raging Cajun Comics. Just show off my collection. I'm not a big seller, but I don't mind trading with the community as long as we're honest and fair with the trades. So uh,
Yep.
that's basically the only thing I do. I just travel the world just to try to eat food. That's just me.
I love it.
Uh, Other than that, I just a fan looking at other people's stuff as well as mine. So that's the only thing I have, man.
Cool, man. That's perfect. And guys, anybody watching, I put JD's stuff down in the description below, so you can find his Instagram link there, as well as his handle, and obviously his handle's on his screen there now. So yeah, huge shout out to everybody in the chat. Ruben just coming in here towards the end. What's up, Ruben? Good to see you. Always appreciate you swinging in. Yeah, everybody. Ian, Desired, Ingrid was in here. Justin, thank you guys all. I know I'm missing names. I'm sorry. I try not to start listing names because then it's I feel like I need to name everybody. But I really do appreciate everybody
Yeah,
that
thanks
comes through.
everybody.
Yeah, Jan and all you guys. Really always appreciate the efforts that you guys do to support the show. Catching JD here and hearing his story out. So thank you everybody for watching live. Also want to give a shout out to you, JD. Again, thank you, brother. It's been great getting to know you over these past couple months. And big shout out to Poison for introducing us and having a really
He's the
cool
man,
Friday
dude.
night
He's the
show.
man.
Yeah, I know, as you were saying, he's taking a little break, but I know he'll get back into things. So I always like to shout him out. And yeah, man. So I will definitely. One other thing I always like to say thanks to the people that are rewatching the replay, because I know there are some people that catch the replay. So thank you guys as well. If you're not following JD, go follow him on Instagram. JD, I hope to see some videos from you sooner or later. You already know I'm here for you. So if you need any help, from a microphone standpoint or back end stuff, I'll help you out. Anything you need. Mercy is another one. I was in the house here. There you go. Awesome. Great to see another face in the community. Mercy always connecting with everybody as well. So yeah, man, we'll stay in touch. Maybe we'll have to do something like this again, man. Even maybe we talk X-Men or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll shoot the shit or hang out or I don't know if you ever catch the thing I do with John's Comics with Kids. We break down that Tuesday show. We break down the Omni X-Men.
I'm gonna check it out for sure. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah, man, swing by because you're an X-Men fan. You'll love the stuff we're talking about.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to the Gambit stuff yet, but it's the early Claremont stuff, so it's a lot of fun.
Hey, all his stuff is great.
Yeah, 100%. Can't go wrong with it. So, all right, guys. Well, until then, we're gonna wrap that up. Have another guest coming next week, so looking forward to that. That'll be next Saturday, 2:00 Eastern. But otherwise, thank you all for hanging out. Make sure you go follow JD, and we will talk to